I went to see Niamh Petel's award-winning one-man show called Knock Knock, in which he plays an IDF soldier and his Jewish mother, who is a liaison officer for the army. It's her job to knock on doors to notify families that their son or daughter has been killed. And she knows from the day her son is born that one day he will be a soldier. Niamh Petel is an Israeli actor, writer, producer, and musician who has won several awards. He trained in Israel and London. Niamh, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Hi, you're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Niamh, you received a standing ovation the night I saw your show, and it was very well deserved. You wrote the play, you performed it, you did your own sound effects, your own music, you hummed a song, which was beautiful. It was a very powerful performance, and I'm wondering, do you always have such a strong response from your audience? And was that your intention when writing the play, to evoke a lot of emotion?
Yeah, I'm very grateful to have strong reactions from audiences every time I do the show, and I think that there's no point in doing theater if it's not getting a strong reaction. That's the intention behind theater, I guess. Yeah, to evoke thoughts and emotions and discussions, and to be a mirror to our society.
And I think this does evoke discussions, as you say, because it's very thought-provoking. I've been thinking about it a lot since I saw the show, and I now have through the show, that I have a deeper understanding of Israeli society. Was one of your goals when writing the show to change people's perceptions of Israel, and do you think it has changed people's perceptions?
Yeah, I think the way I defined the goal of the show was to allow people who are not necessarily Jewish or not necessarily Israelis to get a glimpse of the life in Israel and how it is to grow up in a place where every child is destined to be a soldier and every parent has a army uniform in their attic. So I think that it has been changing people's perception of Israel, because people, especially in Edinburgh and also in London, people are staying after the show to talk to me, and they say, I didn't realize that that's the way it is in Israel. I didn't realize that all of them are going to the army, and didn't realize this and that. And some of them are even, I had a couple who came to me after the show and said, so where's this taking place? Is this South Korea? Is this, is this Ukraine? Where is it? And then I realized people don't know a lot about Israel. All they know is what they hear in the news, and it's just not enough.
You took the show to the Edinburgh Festival. Tell me about finding a venue there. I understand you had a bit of trouble doing that.
Yeah, in order to get into the festival, you have to get an offer from a venue. And all the venues that I applied to, once they realized what the show is about and that I'm from Israel and it's dealing with Israel, they basically turned me off. They said that they rather not take the risk of being boycotted. And it took me quite a while. It was very frustrating. And at the end, I found a venue that was happy to have me. They actually heard about my show, and they contacted me and said, we would like to have you here, come here. That's C Venues in Edinburgh.
And why do you think they were interested, that particular venue?
I don't know, I guess they were brave enough, or they realized that it's not a political play, and they valued the importance of freedom of speech and the power of art to be a bridge builder.
Yeah, I would definitely say this play is a bridge builder.
I wrote this show as part of my MA project at Mount View Academy of Theatre Arts, and I had to pick up a research topic about theatre, and I chose to research about solo performances because it's a thing that I always like to do. I did a one-man show in Israel that I didn't write it, but I was playing in it, for which I won an award there. So I decided to investigate that.
There's a scene where you, as the soldier, the character is sewing his wounds, and it's a very poignant, powerful scene. And you're humming a beautiful melodic tune that's very melancholic. And my interpretation of it was the soldier was sort of sewing himself back together, putting himself back together. But it was interesting how different audience members, as you say, had completely different ideas of what that meant, that scene. But my understanding is that you like people to interpret it in their way.
Yeah, it was abstract. I've put a few abstract moments in it on purpose so that people can have their own interpretation and connect those dots into whatever image that they have in their minds. And it's very interesting to see. After every show, I'm trying as much as I can to do a discussion, a poster discussion, and then I'm eager to hear the ideas and the different interpretations from the audience members.
Tell me about the song that you were humming in the show.
So it's a Russian song originally, and the Israeli poet Leah Naor, she wrote new lyrics to it, and the lyrics are describing this little child, a boy who is singing to his mother and asking her to stay by his side just for a little more before he grows up. And this song was very appropriate because it's about this eternal bond between mothers and sons. And for me, it's a song that I remember from my youth. And it's just a heartbreaking song, really.
Did you do theater for the blind and partially sighted people? Can you tell me about that?
As part of my acting training in Tel Aviv, because this school is located in the middle of an open market in South Tel Aviv, in a tough neighborhood, it's very, very connected to the community there. So every student, part of your curriculum is to lead a workshop for the community, like a theater workshop. So together with another fellow student, I had a group of youth at risk from the neighborhood, and the year after I led a theater workshop for blind and visually impaired in Tel Aviv from the Marshall Center for Blind and Visually Impaired. And that was a very, very unique experience for the whole year. Once a week we would meet with them and come up with a show with them. We did a few scenes from American plays with them, and some of them were completely blind entirely, and some of them just visually impaired. And we came up with this nice idea of design, because one of them, her situation means that she can only spot white things, objects. So we painted the whole room in black, and we painted in white only the props, like the table, the pack of cards, the bottle, the broom, and we also painted with masking tape her route on the floor, and then we continued it to the walls as well, so it became like a surreal picture, and that way she knew what to do, and she could act because she's a good actress.
Niamh Petel, thank you so much. Please give us the website of Knock Knock if people want to find out more. What's the website?
That's www.knockknockplay.co.uk.
Thank you.
Thank you.